They say some legends are born from truth, and others from something far stranger. But on Orion 6, no one dares to question the tale of the moon spirits, because those who do are never seen again. Orion 6, a lonely, desolate world adrift in the far reaches of the Orion Nebula. Unpassed by time, the place is untouched, with the very fabric of reality shining like heat on the horizon, shadows stretching too far, and whispers hanging on the wind with words no mortal tongue has ever spoken. It's always twilight here, the sky an indigo so deep and a violet that glows. There are streaks of a cold glow on the sky that seems to hold twin moons. These lights shift the spectral forms across the silver dunes. Travelers see all sorts of tricks with the eyes while trying to be on their way. Some even say they saw figures there, moving at the periphery of vision, mist-like, yet when looked directly, they are gone. Travelers tell ghost stories, quiet whispers that run through darkening streets where a moon catches view. Whether guide or darkness calls, benevolent or terrible messenger, not any soul's answer is found. And only death awaits anyone in search for what they once saw. Long ago, when the sandstorm had erased time from human memory, a lone wanderer arrived on Orion 6, searching for his insatiable hunger for truth. His name had been wiped out by time and dusty winds, but his journey lived on in the stars. Haunted by dreams of a voice which spoke of a secret ancient, lost beneath the ocean's fathomless depths, he had faced Nebula Prime's frozen storms, Zaltaresh's cursed ruins, and sailed through the void on dying starlight. He was a man no stranger to peril, yet it was here, within this forsaken world, that he felt a sensation he had never known before. Dread. The air was heavy with stillness, as if the planet itself was holding its breath. The sky churned with unnatural auroras, their colors shifting in ways that defied comprehension. And then, the whispers came, soft at first, like rustling leaves from a distance, then clearer, insistent, curling round his mind, tendrils unseen. They spoke in riddles, half-truths, forgotten tongues, guiding him toward the shimmering horizon where the endless ocean touched the sky. The sea of Orion 6 was unlike any other. Its waters were not of liquid, but of something else entirely, a substance that swallowed light, devouring all reflections. The wanderer gazed into its abyssal depths, and for the first time in his long journey, he hesitated. A memory flickered in his mind, his mother's voice warning him as a child never to seek answers he wasn't prepared to understand. He had always laughed at such caution, yet now, standing before the void, her words gnawed at his resolve. Something was moving beneath the surface, not a ripple, not a wave, something ancient, something waiting. And then the moon spirits appeared. Their shapes were not quite solid, nor were they ethereal. They shimmered and seemed to flow like liquid starlight, their eyes two chasms of infinite darkness. They moved soundlessly, carrying an aura at once soothing and terrifying. "You want the truth," they said, sounding as though speaking from the very fabric of space itself. "The way down is there, but be aware. The cost of the knowledge is heavy, and most cannot carry it." Ever propelled by his obsession, the wanderer felt a spark of uncertainty, but suppressed it under his stubborn resolve. "I am ready," he whispered. He stepped into the void. Down there, time was lost. There was no up and no down, only the blackness that stretched out in the faint light of an impossible building. The Temple of Celestial Wisdom. Its architecture defied mortal understanding, carved from the bones of forgotten gods, with corridors twisting on themselves into infinity. Inscriptions no known civilization had ever etched. Symbols that moved when unobserved. Walls pulsing like some immense, sleeping beings breathing. The air was thick with an otherworldly energy pressing against his skin. The whispers had grown loud, coalescing into a symphony of secrets. And at its heart, upon a pedestal of voidstone, rested the celestial key, a fragment of the first thought, a relic from before time, the key to the ultimate truth. But knowledge is never freely given. As the wanderer reached out, the temperature dropped. A silence heavier than gravity filled the chamber. Then it emerged. The guardian. It was not spirit nor flesh, nor machine. It was beyond such definitions. Its form was a shifting mass of obsidian tendrils, glimpses of infinite galaxies swirling within its translucent core. Eyes formed and unformed upon its surface, each gaze a window into another reality. Its voice did not echo in the chamber. It echoed in his mind. To seek the key is to seek the burden of truth. Are you prepared to bear the weight of all things, past, present, and future? The wanderer trembled but stood firm. His breath came hard in his throat as countless possibilities flickered before him. Worlds thriving, worlds burning, his own fate unraveling like threads in a cosmic tapestry. But the hunger for truth was insatiable. "I am," he whispered, his voice almost inaudible. A pause, a flicker in the very fabric of space. Then the guardian whispered, "Then bear it." Agony unlike anything he had ever known consumed him. Every secret of the universe poured into his mind. The birth and death of stars, the sorrow of forgotten gods, the futility of existence, and the unbearable beauty of the infinite. He saw, and he screamed. The wanderer was never seen again, or so they say. Some say he remains in the temple, sealed forever within that moment of enlightenment. Others speak of him coming back, but as something else, a being who watches the moons rise and fall, speaking in riddles, warning those who come too close, or perhaps luring them in. The silver dunes of Orion 6 recall his footsteps. The moon spirits maintain their quiet vigil, sending travelers toward the void. And some mysteries, dear traveler, are meant to go unsolved.